So we need them. We need them just as much as we would need any staff member here. It's also our responsibility to provide those experiences to our community and make them accessible. A way of empowering your community to say, you know, hey, you volunteered at a museum, you were there, you helped put that exhibit up. It's a mutual relationship that of both parties, of not only our volunteers and our community, but also the organization that we both provide for one another to keep this place going. So they're valuable.
¿Cómo es la relación con el museo y los voluntarios? Maruquita nos lo explica más.
Well, our role, I feel, was birthed when Museo was birthed, and that was the fact that we wanted to make Latino cultures, the ancestry and the artwork, and all, you know, that perspective. We wanted to enhance it from what was in other cultural organizations at the time. So I feel that us here hold a responsibility to educate of the Latino culture. And a lot of times it is to the Latino people because it's being in schools in the United States, there isn't an emphasis or focus on, I really feel, on like global culture. So just, you know, we're kind of fixated on our United States American culture. So for us, it's a way that it opens up a window for Latinos to empower themselves and experience their ancestry and their cultural lineage and the amazing contributions that these cultures gave to civilization as it is. And for non-Latinos, I feel that it's a window in. You know, it's the more you understand about somebody else, the more you are able to relate to them and have empathy and compassion and understanding.
Es muy claro que el Museo de las Américas es muy importante para la comunidad y también para los artistas.
I really feel that, especially within our community around here, that we hold a responsibility to provide these opportunities for the artists of our community. And not just in a gallery sense way, and not to knock galleries because they hold their purpose and they are important as well, but in a sense that, again, it's that sense of empowerment. You showed that museum that is humongous for any artist, and it's really important for us that we are able to provide those opportunities.
Por supuesto, el Museo de las Américas tiene un lugar muy especial en nuestra comunidad. Pero, ¿qué es la diferencia entre un museo y una galería?
Yeah, it's a really good question, especially because we are on the Santa Fe Arts District, so a lot of time people automatically connect us to art galleries. But what makes Museo so magical is we actually have a room of collections, which are artifacts and artwork that from pre-Columbian to contemporary. We have actually we have the second largest pre-Columbian collections in Denver, next to the Denver Art Museum. So that's what sets Museo aside, and that's what makes us a museum versus an art gallery, is that we have this great room of treasures. This room actually used to be behind a big bunch of plexiglass. All the pieces were just put on podiums and they just had plexiglasses around them, and it was kind of, I'd say, your more traditional museum experience. Nothing you couldn't touch, nothing was put into context. And we had an exhibit called La Cocina, which focused on the indigenous foods of Mexico, as well as indigenous arts that came from Mexico. So we had artists from Tonala, Mexico come, and they brought their pottery, which is ancient pottery. We built this cocina to put in context what a house would be like in the 18th century in Mexico, in a hacienda style kitchen. So we built everything in here, from the kitchen to the trasteros. In that exhibit, it was in a completely different room, and afterwards we looked at it and we're like, we can't destroy this. This is a part of Museo now. So we switched over into this room, and our executive director turned it into something that was very personal to her. It's essentially, she's mimicking her grandmother's kitchen, and she shares that piece of herself with the community. So it really lets you see that our hearts are on our sleeves here.
Bueno, Maruquita, muchísimas gracias. Y desde el Museo de las Américas, yo soy Megan Brandstetter.